I'm starting the YouTube stream right now, and we're going to start the show recording in 3, 2, and 1. Hi everyone, welcome to LectoraLive, your inside track into Lectora. And I'm Rick Zanotti, and if you're not into animations and you're not into making things a little more exciting, you're really not that into things. We've got somebody special that you'll meet in about a moment. And we are back, and joining me right next to me, not that far away actually, usually our guests are really far away. We've got with us Victoria Fitoussi, who is the community manager at GoAnimate. Hi Victoria, how are you?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Good. She's up in San Francisco. We're down in Camarillo, California, which is kind of between Santa Barbara and Los Angeles. So we're only about less than 400 miles away, 300 and something miles. So that's actually pretty close for our normal guests who tend to be everywhere, except California. So, well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we were talking a little bit beforehand about what Victoria does. She is the community manager at GoAnimate, and you've been there since October.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Started in the fall, and prior to that, the GoAnimate community was more or less non-existent. So since then, I've just been working on making that happen and talking to different users and hearing what they want from the community. And like I mentioned before, Lectora has been very helpful because your community is flourishing and I love it. So it's a good example of what a good community is.
Yeah, that's great. And we were also talking a little bit pre-show about where she worked before, which was kind of a fun company. It's called Vicky. And if you're into K-drama and C-drama, that's Korean drama, Chinese drama, and other of the Asian genres, they are one of the top producers or disseminators of the content. And my wife, I was telling Victoria, is a real K-drama and C-drama fanatic. She loves this stuff. And so that must have been fun too. But
yeah, and I will add, one of the big perks about that website was that even if you don't speak Korean or Japanese, all of especially the most popular shows are translated by community members into almost any language you can think of.
Oh, that's done by community members?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's not done by professional VO people, or
no.
Interesting. That's good.
Yeah, it's because it's such a strong community. Like when I first started, I was like, what are they getting out of this? We're not paying them. They're doing this on their own, accord. And it's all, they have someone's in charge, and then they reach out to different people for different languages. And like, there's a really strong team community aspect to it all. So
that's actually very cool.
It's really cool.
And the translations are actually pretty well done. Sometimes you get some funny ones, but we were thinking somebody had a good sense of humor. They did probably. It just wasn't the official. Yeah, I never realized that was community wise. Well, GoAnimate's a cool product. For those who haven't used it, we use it. We're a customer, and it makes for fun animations. You get a lot of built-in animations and movie themes and all sorts of stuff you can create. Plus, you can customize characters, create your own. It's really kind of fun what you can do. What have you found since you've been at GoAnimate?
I found that the overwhelming response is that you thought you couldn't make a video, and now you know that you can because it's easy and fun to use. And I love video production, so I never dabbled in animation because that's like a whole nother world. But now that GoAnimate, you can make it in a day. You can make like a 3-minute video, and it looks really high quality. And it's nice to work for a company where everyone likes the product. Like I haven't, that's really nice. People get inspired from what they see, and they want to get better. And I, even if they don't consider themselves creative people, people enjoy using the product because.
And it's easy.
Exactly.
I mean, when you really look at what you can do with it and the power it has, and it doesn't take long to generate, like you said, a 3-minute movie. It goes in the queue, you get an email, it's ready, ta-da. And it's actually a cool product. We had to do one project recently where we had to animate the section breaks and create like a little mini scenario. These were like 15-second section break scenarios. And we used GoAnimate for that. There were about 10 of them in this training course, and they really made the training fun. Just those little scenarios made all the difference because this was IT training, which tends to be on the boring side. So that animated, it made it funny. They loved the characters. They loved some of the scenes that were going on. Yeah. And it didn't take that long to do. I think we did all 6 of those in probably half a day.
I would say another point is also like when you're doing some training or when there's like kind of heavier topics, it just keeps it a little lighthearted. And I think rather than, just text on the screen like a PowerPoint, which gets lengthy or, you can lose focus. Like I said, the animations keep it engaging and fun,
It is fun. And you don't have to be a video editor, which is like for some of the people we have doing it right now, they're really graphics people. But they're getting into the video side of it. Now they do After Effects and things like that, but that's a whole different world. And but for these kind of videos, they're simple, they're easy, they're cute. Everybody loves cute, and you can do not only the human animals. I think there's some animals, and they're fun. It's just everybody who's seen it really enjoys it. And frankly, I think we have one of the quote unquote premium subscriptions, and it's only about $79 a month for a lot of resources, a lot of stuff to do, and the end result is pretty good videos.
Yeah, I think I want to say there's like 60,000 assets.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're always adding more, but that's a pretty good start for finding your whatever you need to find. That's
true. In fact, if anything, you're probably going to have to figure out, what do I want to use? But even though you guys help in that too, because you have themes and other things, so it kind of keeps things together so you don't go too far off the deep end. And you guys are going to be at the LUC, the Lectora User Conference.
Yes. I'll be there if you want to come by and say hi.
Yeah, and one of your people is going to, and was it Amanda?
Yeah, Amanda Morgan will be presenting.
And she's doing a presentation too. Is she doing it on GoAnimate and what you can do with it?
Exactly, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Any learning.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Because you can do a lot with it, from creating avatars, creating your own avatars, or take the ones that they have, and you have lip sync, which is great because that way it doesn't look so boring or so flat. And the lip sync is instantaneous. You don't really have to work at it.
No, I think that it's the difference between like low quality to high quality. The moment that you stop talking and the lips stop talking, it's instantly impressive. So lip sync is one of our best. I think it's one of the things that also sets us apart from other competitors who do not have that.
That's a big difference. Yeah, that is a pretty big difference. Now, did GoAnimate start as GoAnimate, or were they a different name before?
We've always been GoAnimate.
Okay.
We're actually coming up on our 10-year anniversary on the 21st.
10 years already?
Yeah, I know.
Time flies.
So I've been, so it's always been GoAnimate, and then over the years, it's just kind of shifted with, we have now we have GoAnimate for Schools, which is something we offer for schools, for classrooms, teachers that want to make the videos in their classroom. And so it's changed a lot in the 10 years, but the name, the gist has stayed the same.
Yeah, it's great, and it's not that expensive to use. Now, one of the things with animation, a lot of people are really afraid of animating things. They're afraid of going into an e-learning course because they're not animators. They're not really graphic artists. They're instructional designers who say, here's Lectora, or here's whatever tool you're working on. Have fun. And it's like, if you get into GoAnimate, have you played with it as far as doing it yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody, when they start at GoAnimate, first off, has to make an intro video.
Ah, okay.
Which is fun, and it's a good way to just bite the bullet and get to know the product. But I also, I do a lot of content for our team too, so a lot of the videos in there are mine as well. I'm not the best person at it here, but I already can see a difference between my first video and the one I made like last week.
And what was your experience when you first got into it? You said you did video editing before, which helps. It doesn't hurt. But you're kind of in a different area here when you have to animate things. How did you react when you first got in as a new user and said, what do I have to create here?
Well, like you said, it helped, like the layout and the timeline, that's all things I recognize. But it's so simple that even if you didn't recognize that, I think in like 10 minutes you would get the gist of it. Like when you want to add something, you just pull it to the timeline. But when I first went into it, I had a lot of fun with it. I like imported my own backgrounds because I was telling my story, and I loved that I could make my character dance. Like this is like maybe not the most amazing things, but it just is crazy to see something I designed, and rather than having to like type in each thing or move the elbow to make it literally just wave, all of a sudden I could just click that asset and it's now my character's waving so easily. That was when I realized like, oh, this is actually really powerful. Like I don't have, it's easy to do for me without that animation background.
That's good. And that's the key, that you don't have to have the animations background, which allows you to spend more time on your content development, your story, what you want to get across. Mm-hmm. And it's great for, I would call, microblogging or micro stories, where you don't have to create a very long piece. You can create a short one, and it'll be a totally different impact from just reading something.
Yeah, that's one of the first pieces I wrote was onboarding, why you should use GoAnimate for onboarding. And I think the biggest takeaway was like, you can really explain the nuances of any company. Mm-hmm. You can write it down like we're a fun company or we're a serious company, but the moment that you can show it in a video, like that is so much more impactful to someone who's watching and learning about you for the first time. So that was even before I started working here. That was my to show I could write. Yep. And so I was kind of getting a sense. I was like, oh, actually, I get it. Like that's the beauty of it.
So since you started, you basically created the community. Yeah,
it's still happening, still in creation. Mm-hmm. I want to give it 3 more months before I'm like, woo, it's flourishing. So right now I just have been trying to speak to as many active users as possible and hear what they're looking for in the community and what they do and who they want to, just talking one-on-one with them has been my main priority.
Are you finding that they're sharing a lot of the content that they build with other people, or maybe even helping them build it themselves?
They haven't had the place to do that.
Okay.
So when I've been talking with the community, like that is one of the main points, is people have said, I would love to be able to share my video and get feedback from others and see what others are doing to get, inspired from. And some have been generous and like, I'd be fine sharing some of my templates that I've made, so others can just quickly use, what I've done already, which is a really nice, as a community manager, I love that it's already there's already a sense of generosity with everyone involved.
Yeah, that's good. And, video people on the whole, and especially people who create these kind of things, I think they take pride in it. And they also enjoy the fact that they do share it with others and others can take advantage of it. I noticed that it is a pretty giving community on the whole. Jennifer Valley, your counterpart at Trivantis, she had the same situation. They had a forum. Now it's become really more of a community forum. They've added the ability to share and do all sorts of stuff. She's done contests. They do ebooks, and that has really generated a lot more impact into the user community, and they've gotten a lot more people in there as a result, which is good because it wasn't that active a community before. And now it's definitely, I'd say it's burgeoning. It's coming out as an exciting, fun place to go, which is good. It's good, and people are sharing. One of the top guys who, unfortunately, he's our co-host. He couldn't make it today, and he's one of the top contributors, if not the top one. And he loves doing it. He just likes answering questions. So he helps as many people as he can on a daily basis, and he thinks it's just a blast to do that. So
you've got if you have all that information and knowledge, like I feel like you naturally want to tell other people, like, hey, this is the workaround, or this is something you can, this is a tip I can offer. But that's the kind of space that I think most people get the most out of, is the ones where I am not talking too much and everyone is answering everyone's questions. Right. And if they need me, I can step in.
Sure. What would you say GoAnimate's biggest users are? Are they e-learning people? Is it marketing people? Schools? I notice you have the schools now, so that must be a big one.
The training and the e-learning is like that's probably our main one. And then marketing. Okay. And startups use us because it is, something they can do in their budget for their, explainer videos. But e-learning and training is...
that's the big one.
That's the big one, yeah.
That's a big one. Yeah, that makes sense. And schools, you said schools are coming on. They're big right now.
GoAnimate for schools. So I don't work in that community as closely, but because it's a different product and is what they're considered different products. But yeah, we offer it at a discount for classrooms, and I love the idea that media in the classroom. I'm all for it. Like as a millennial, probably that's why. But yeah, it's a cool option for students to.
Now we were talking a little bit pre-show too, and I asked Victoria about her last name, and I thought maybe it's Italian, and she corrected me. She goes, "It's Tunisian," and you were actually born there, and French. She speaks French fluently too. So if you're one of the community members who are French in either Canada or France or other countries that speak French, there you go. She can talk to you. She can help you out. It's cool. It's always nice to have more than one language.
Yeah, I know. Now that I'm in California and it's not around me all the time, I'm like, you speak French? Let's be friends. Like,
that's funny.
Let's talk all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But Italian was a good guess, which I mentioned earlier.
Well, I thought the SSI, the I might be Italian, but the Fitoussi, that was the Fitoussi. I go, no, maybe not. But, there's a lot of areas in Italy, and the names could definitely be middle, southern. I didn't think it was northern Italian because they tend to have the TT. Kind of like my name. I've got the TTI at the end of the name. More of that. And the SS got me. I was going, SSI, But, you're close. Tunisia's not far.
It's funny because here in the States, I've never met another Fitoussi. And then when I was in France living there, like, I was at one party and someone's like, oh, are you Tunisian? And it kind of freaked me out for a second. I was like, you can exactly place, my last name just from, but it's funny because here in the States, you pronounced it correctly, but I don't know if a lot of people have met a lot of Fitoussis.
Yeah, and I was before I talked to you, I was going, is it Fitoussi? Is it Fitoussi? Is it Fitoussi? I wasn't quite sure, but I said, I think it's Fitoussi. You never know. And I've had friends from Algiers and other places where, again, if they go to France, they know exactly, oh, you're from Algiers.
Yeah.
Not only that, they said there's a different accent.
Oh, between,
yeah. Did you get that too?
Yeah. Well, my grandparents have a different accent than, for instance, like my dad, who grew, so I learned from him. I didn't learn, but their French is like sometimes a little harder to understand than
But and culturally, this is something interesting too. I know this has happened with English people that have been to other countries like over 100 years ago. They actually speak a little bit different English from current modern day English, and cultural anthropologists fly to these countries to figure out where it changed and how it changed. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
Like, I mean, even, for instance, like Canada, the French there is...
It's different.
Yeah.
But if you talk to the French Canadians, they're correct.
Like that there's...
They're the right ones. Yeah, they'll tell you we're the correct ones. I have friends in French Canada, and they're funny. They always joke about, well, the French speaks French, but we speak correct French. It's actually the opposite, but that's okay.
Well, what I found funny was, in the end, I related better to my French Canadian friends than my French friends, just because we have actually closer cultural, things to back on. And that seems obvious, but the moment I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I'm talking about because you're not You know, we're at least in the same continent versus
that's funny.
We don't speak the same language.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, Victoria, it's been a pleasure having you on. Victoria will be at the Lectora User Conference 2017. Actually, here, I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Let me put that up real quick. So we will be, well, that's the Lectora 17 thing. Well, okay, if you haven't upgraded to 17, go upgrade to it. It's good. It's a good version. It's actually got a lot of cool features. But Victoria will be at the user conference with Amanda, who will be actually talking at the user conference. And I remember last year at the user conference, the GoAnimate table, it was like a table, was really busy. A lot of people were showing up. So people found it really interesting, and they had a good time looking at what the products were and what it did and how it did. That's some good demos. You guys actually had some really good demos to show people, and I think that motivates people a lot. So they'll be there. So take advantage of that. Go watch the booth, and they're going to have a presentation. And definitely get a trial. If you haven't done it, it's a lot of fun. And by the way, they're not paying me to do this, so it is actually a fun product. We're a customer, so we've enjoyed it, and we're using it quite a bit. Actually, surprisingly enough, I think we've probably made about 40 movies over the last, who knows, a couple. We've only been a customer, I think, since either end of December or beginning of January. And we've really been enjoying it, and it's been fun.
How big is the team making the videos?
Really only about one or two. We have two that are probably doing, but only one at a time. But one of them is the one doing most of the videos right now, and he's gotten really into it. He actually enjoys it. He was going to do something in After Effects and said, "Oh heck, I can do this in GoAnimate a lot faster." So we went to GoAnimate. And we thought that was pretty good. We were going to send him to psychological counseling because he can't let his After Effects go. He let it go. I was going, he let it go. This is amazing.
That was it. He just needed to find something that he could.
It was that moment. It was that moment because he goes to really. He was doing an avatar in a scene, and he goes, "I got to make the mouth move." And that's not that easy in After Effects. I think there are some plugins, but they're not that easy to use, and we don't even have that plugin as far as I know. And he was looking at what he would have to do and all the movements, and you have to use bones to move everything around. And he said, "I can do it really quickly in GoAnimate. I'm going to go to GoAnimate." So, and this is a diehard After Effects person. So I was pretty pleased with that. I went, cool. Not only is it a lot faster, he's just cranking right through it. So
he probably would be a great community member.
I should tell him about it. I'll mention that to him.
Love to talk to him
because he's having a really good time with it. So I'll bring that up, and I'll give him your name to get in touch.
That'd be great. I love that.
So anyway, again, it's been a pleasure, Victoria. It's good to have you. I look forward to meeting you in person at the show, and actually, you know what's funny? At the show, we're going to be also doing broadcasting live. So maybe we can get you or Amanda to come by and just say a couple words when we're there, and just get the word out. Anything you guys want to do?
Cool. It's been great to talk to you as well.
Same here. In fact, I'd like to invite you to our other show, which is eLearn Chat.
Okay.
That's a very large community of and those shows go anywhere from about 1,000 to about 20,000 views. So it's not a bad show, and it's mainly e-learning professionals, all sorts of different tools and areas. There's instructional designers, animators, graphics people, authors, everybody in the industry. So we'll invite you to that too, and you can talk a little bit more. Maybe on that one we can have you do a demo or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, Victoria, we'll see you at the LUC in about 6 weeks. I think it's about 6 weeks from now. So we'll see you in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And it's a cool place. I've been there. It's actually pretty. It's not a bad city. They have a cute.
The food is great. You're gonna love it.
That's what I heard. I heard they have good steaks and good. They have a lot of good meat around there for some odd reason. I don't know. There's a lot of farms, not far around there. So Ohio's actually, a lot of people always make fun of Ohio. I don't know why. It's actually a nice place. I've been to a lot of Ohio just with different clients, and it's pretty up there. It's not bad. It gets cold sometimes, but not that much in southern Ohio.
Not when we're there, I hope.
No, it should be actually beautiful by then. So, I mean, they have snow right now. They may have some. I don't know if they have snow. Northeast has snow. They're not too far from the Northeast, but no, it should be beautiful. So I imagine it'll be very spring-like weather.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
And they have a nice river running right through it.
Oh, nice.
That should be cool. They have I know they did a riverboat thing last time. I don't think they're doing it this time, but they're going to they'll probably do something with those riverboats. Those are pretty.
Oh, I'm getting excited about this. I thought I was just going for good food, but now
you're going to get good food and some fun, and there's lots of good eating places, and it will be fun. I think it'll be a good time.
Yeah, I love conferences. I think it's really fun.
I do too. They are fun. Well, anyway, we'll see you then at the Lectora User Conference. If you're watching the show, please subscribe. Go visit the GoAnimate site. Get familiar with what they do. Enjoy yourself and upgrade to Lectora 17. It's a good thing to have. We just upgraded ours about a month ago, maybe a little longer, and it's working beautifully. So have a good one, everyone. We will see you next week on LectoraLive. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Victoria.
Bye.